for those of you that are old enough to know. So this new book is only the second time I've ever collaborated on anything. This book is going to be called Muay Boran. It has undertitles that I am deciding on right now. Again, these things, I don't rush into them. I want it to be right. But it's been done in collaboration with a guy called Nick Senna. Nick is a crew and Muay Boran instructor. This is done through the KMA by Ajarn Stuart Association. I know he might not be well known to you guys. He's not prevalent in fighting in the ring or anything like that. He keeps himself to himself, but the amount of knowledge he has is astounding. It was a few years ago that I actually came across Nick via Grandmaster Woody. Master Woody was talking to me about training and what I'd done, and just I always try and speak to my masters. And he said to me, he said, you should speak to this guy. He's on Facebook, he's a nice guy. I'd like for it if you would speak to him, please. So I said, yeah, of course, I'll speak to anyone with Muay Thai. I'm all over it. So we made the connection via Master Woody, and we've been friends ever since. He's like I say, his knowledge of Muay Boran has spanned years and years of study. He literally does nothing else 24/7. It's amazing his dedication. He lives, eats and breathes Muay Boran. He studies, he reads as much as he can. He gets all the information, he's collated all the information. To be honest, more than most Thai masters that I know actually do know. He's amazing. Anyway, we talk all the time, and he sends me information. He's built his own website, and he sends me the information. I have a read through it. He's not looking for me to correct it. He's just passing it on because he knows I'm interested, and then I give him my feedback, and it's just that's how the relationship's built. So the actual book, Muay Boran book, it's going to take time to make because Muay Boran is not an easy sport. It's not even a sport, it's an art, and it's not an easy art to get across. So it is going to take time. But when it is done, I firmly believe it will be one of the definitive books on Muay Boran. It won't be the Bible, because I believe that's what Nick is writing himself, and good luck to him with that. But it will be an introductory book that will cover the art of Muay Boran from a basic standard. It will have lots of information, and then it'll have breakdown sections in it which will discuss certain techniques and then describe the techniques so you can follow them in photographic and written word. Lots of pictures, obviously, because I love pictures. Pictures say 1,000 words. And just it'll be an eye-opener for people, because I've said it many times. Muay Boran is the mother that Muay Thai was born from. The hierarchy comes out. There was Krabi Kabong, which was the weapon systems of Thailand back in the warring days. When they didn't have weapons, they used their hands and feet, head, knee, everything, all in the warring art, but basically kill the person that was in front of you. This is Muay Boran, ancient boxing. From there, things got watered down because obviously you can't have every fight with people dying, even though that did happen in Muay Thai in the early days. So they watered it down, they took things out, they made it more into a sport, which is now known as Muay Thai. So that's basically a potted sort of history of where it's at. What we are going to be doing is covering the art of Muay Boran, which is the style of it, but it will also have, in the breakdown areas, the look at how people would kill, how these techniques would end. Rather than just being, oh, this is an art and you can train it, it will have this, what is the reason for this technique at the end would be to cause death via X, Y or Z. And that's because that's the reality of it. And Nick and I have talked about it, and we do want to show that it is the reality of it. You know, if today you use the Muay Boran techniques at full power and completed the technique, that person would end up maimed, broken, or dead. That's the bottom line with it. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We've already started compiling things again because of the distance and communication issues. It's going to take time, but I'm going to be putting updates up on here to what stage it's at and how we're doing and how it's developing. I'll also be asking from people from my camp page, Tosakanth, and other Muay Thai people for their input. I believe that you can't just think that you know everything, because nobody does. And I value people's input. Even like now at the moment, I'm posting things over book covers and things. The book cover is the furthest thing away. The last thing that gets done is the book cover. But because I'm visceral, I like to have the picture in my mind when things are being put together. So we're working on that, and that's already, I think, 4 or 5 covers, different covers and names, which is frustrating, but then again, it's needed. It is needed. You know, I am learning to be able to take other people's opinions on certain things. Now, I have very strong opinions on, especially with book covers and imagery, because that's been my work for many years. But I'm learning to listen to other ideas, and I think at the end of the day, it will make me a better person, and the actual product will be a better product. So yeah, hopefully you'll see some more information about it as we go along.